great. Man, it's not every day that you get to hear from registered nurses, specific even to the emergency room. That was so intriguing, Sandy, to think about what you're seeing generally with people coming in and that it could all come back to even hydration. I just think that's really phenomenal. So I so appreciate your guys' perspective. We're just going to keep the registered nurse love going. How about that? I have one of my close friends who's become a friend through doTERRA, but she's a registered nurse and MSN. She is going to introduce us to oils specifically for pain. She's had some recent continuing education that has given her some new insight into this and now is helping us apply doTERRA to these three areas: physical, digestive, and emotional. Are you with us, Brooke? I'll let you take it away.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. Hello. Yes, so I'm very passionate about the topic of pain because I actually suffer from chronic pain. And I used to be in the camp of being very skeptical of natural solutions, being trained, in the Western medical, um, uh, you know, situation or environment, forgive me, and didn't think natural solutions could help me. So who on the call has ever thought that, like, well, I don't know about that, right? So I was in that camp not too long ago, but when I wasn't getting the answers and I wasn't getting the help that I needed, that's what took me on this alternate path of asking more questions. And I'm so thankful I did, and that I was open to new things, right? And so if you're new to this, just being open that you're here is a great first step. So right, we have a lot of options that are more natural than medications, right? Chiropractic care, music therapy, prayer and meditation, strengthening, stretching, massage therapy. But we also have uh, supplements and oils and things that come from the earth that God created that work really well with our body. When they're natural and they're unadulterated, we can impact this is an image on the right of the endocannabinoid system for all the nerds out there, if you want to look that up. But we can, with some natural solutions, impact the way that your body manages pain and inflammation, which Sandy mentioned, right? Inflammation is the cause of a lot of problems, but especially pain. And getting to the root cause of that and addressing the source of that will give you much better benefit, right? And an outcome versus a band-aid approach, right? So next slide, please. So let's talk about some solutions. And again, we have a full class on this. I was telling Melissa 10 minutes is just not enough. It's not enough because I have so much to share, but we have the full class recording. If you're like, I want to know a little bit more about pain and solutions for all these topics, please ask whoever invited you and we'll get you the link to that. Here's solutions that I use on a daily basis for my pain. So I have chronic joint pain. I was diagnosed in 2009. And Deep Blue, the whole line of Deep Blue on the right. So I keep that little stick here at my desk and in my purse. Imagine the sensation of an icy hot or a tiger balm. I'm sure you've used those. And they really just confuse your nerves right on the surface of the skin to help, calm down some pain or discomfort. But Deep Blue actually decreases inflammation on a cellular level. There can be healing. So it's more medicinal than just a surface, oh, that feels better. So amazing, amazing for working out, injuries, inflammation, muscle aches, joint pain. So one way to use oils is topically, right? So it comes in a rub like a lotion, and then the stick, and then of course the oil itself. And then Deep Blue polyphenol. So this is a supplement that I use instead of the over-the-counter medications that I used to pull if I had a headache or a muscle ache or anything like that, right? I would pull an ibuprofen or a Tylenol or an Aleve. And I want you to know that I am all about informed consent, and I'm not against using Western medicine or solutions when needed. But I want you to understand the risks of those. Pain is a public health crisis in the US, and 1 in 5 globally suffer from chronic pain. And so a lot of people are seeking solutions. But I'm an advocate, like I said, for informed decision making. And, you should know that Tylenol is one of the top causes of acute liver failure. And a lot of people think it's very low risk, right? We're very like, oh, we'll just take some extra. Like, oh, it says 2, but we'll just take 4. Like, it's just Tylenol. But Sandy, I'm sure, has seen in the ER where people have taken too much and the impacts on that. So we need to be very cautious. And it also decreases your glutathione. So look that up. It actually works against your immune system if you take that. So turmeric, right? We've heard of that. It's a very popular anti-inflammatory, but doTERRA took 4 years to develop this dual chamber capsule where there's the oil and the powder together to make it more powerful. And then copaiba, it is one of the most strongest anti-inflammatory substances. It comes from the bark of a tree in the Amazon. And this can help calm your central nervous system when we talk about maybe emotional support later, emotional pain, but also physical pain. So when I have, with my chronic pain, I address it both internally and externally. And these are just a powerhouse of options. Next slide, please. Here are some testimonials. The top one is from Linda. She has Parkinson's and she has a lot of pain and stiffness, right? So she takes copaiba soft gels with her pills. She has less stiff feeling in her trunk. She also has celiac, so she has digestive issues. So this will tee it up to the next couple of slides, but she carries it with her everywhere. She puts a drop on her thumb and pushes it to the roof of her mouth. And within minutes, she gets relief from any bloating, indigestion, cramping, things like that. She also has incorporated, I talked about addressing the root cause and addressing chronic things with internal and external support. She uses Lifelong Vitality, the copaiba soft gels, turmeric, digestion oil. She also uses turmeric oil on her knuckles for her arthritis. She has found that has really helped. Serenity soft gels to help her sleep, and the deep blue polyphenols for additional pain support if she is a little more active. Moving on to the digestive support, right? I had my gallbladder removed in 2009. And if anybody has had digestive trouble or something like that, you know that it comes with a lot of acute challenges immediately after surgery and ongoing, right? We removed an organ that we think, well, we just don't need it. Well, I believe that all of our organs were made for a purpose, and I'm sad that I gave it up. But anyways, here we are. I have digestive challenges, and I need some tools to help me sometimes, right? The Digest Zen oil is as powerful as Linda shared, right? You can take it internally in water or tea, or it comes in a really convenient soft gel. Some people like the smell of it and diffuse it, but you can, I have a neighbor that gets motion sick and she carries it in her car, and even her 7-year-old daughter uses it and asks for it if she gets motion sick. And then I have another customer that puts it in her belly button every day for her digestive trouble. She has trouble going to the bathroom with constipation, and that helps keep her bowels regular. So there's a little roller that, convenient roller, if you're not into DIY, that you can use. And then digest tabs. If you are popping Tums like they're candy, this would be a natural solution without the flavorings or the colorings or maybe the ingredients that we want to steer clear of. The digest tabs are very helpful. If you have nausea like pregnancy, that would be a good option. Or this slide here with the ginger drops. I had a friend that was pregnant and she's like, wow, that helped more than what I bought. I don't even know what she tried. And then if you're looking for more root cause, right, addressing maybe just more than just symptom management, talk to the person who invited you about that, the maybe detoxing, or we do a cleanse where we just kind of reset our body. Looking at your stomach is from a probiotic perspective. There's tons of commercials. We know how important that good bacteria are in your gut, but we have products that address not only your microbiome as your whole body in addition to your gut, right? So we've learned a lot about this in the last couple of years, and the medical team at doTERRA has done a phenomenal job addressing the microbiome in your mouth, in your private areas in your eyes, any area that touches the outside world has its own balance of good and bad bacteria everywhere. Our bodies have more germs than not, which is kind of weird, I know, but we need to keep them in balance, and we have tools to help you do that. And then Terrazyme helps you digest your food better if you're needing some more support there to uh, well, I don't have time. I'm running out of time. I'm sorry. All right, next slide. You can skip. Okay, so let's talk about mood support. We want to share that if you are feeling like you need support from an emotional standpoint or mental health, we are very supportive of seeking help, and no judgment for seeking help. And we know that there are many tools, again, not just medicinal, but natural solutions, counseling, right? We want you to seek help, and there are tools to help support you through whether it's a traumatic event, a life change, right? We all have different things. Life can be very stressful and overwhelming. If you're like, I don't even know where to begin, you could start by diffusing oils, or using them topically, like taking an oil. This is called Console. This is one of my favorite oils that I tried at convention last year. You can just put a little bit in your hand, and take some deep breaths, get it into your lungs. And so you don't need, if you don't have a diffuser, that's fine. I just am using this aromatically without any fancy tools when I need it. If I'm have a mom moment, right, where I have a child that is, maybe pushing the boundaries. I don't know if your children do that, but my 5-year-old certainly does. Or my day job is very stressful. And sometimes we just need a moment, right, when we're just a little bit stressed. So I reach for balance. So on the bottom left corner, right, balance, think grounding, reassuring, consoling. Top left, if we're just like burnt out and we are just feeling frazzled, serenity is calming, composing, placating. Top right, citrus bliss is like flowers and a box of oranges and lemons together. So invigorating, stimulating, motivating. There's also citrus bloom if you like more floral option. And then no passion or stress in the bottom right. There's sunny citrus and endless summer, which are limited time options. We can provide a swap for you if you don't have those, but if you do, there's a way to use it, right? We want to encourage you to use those special blends, but we have other options as well. So just reach out to who invited you to help you choose what's best for you. We also have the adaptive line. I don't have enough time to go through it, but it helps with the, I'll say, brake system in your brain, having a ingredient called GABA that helps just kind of take it down a notch if you're feeling overwhelmed and stressed and anxiety, or maybe having trouble paying attention. There are some options here to help with those challenges. And then one last thing before I'm done, Symphony of the Cells. I don't have time to explain what it is, but it is an amazing resource for digestive health, emotional health, physical pain, lots of ailments. It's a protocol using oils and putting them on the body to support your whole nervous system. And so thank you, Melissa and Kristen, for allowing me to share this information with all of you today.
That was so good. It was so mean of us to give you a 2-hour class and then say 10 minutes.